Welcome. This is Michael Ruffini from the POWERCAST Academy, and today we're going to learn some interesting information about the planets in our solar system. Our solar system is located in the Milky Way galaxy, which is a collection of over 200 billion stars. It is made up of 8 planets and the now dwarfed planet, Pluto, that orbit our Sun. In addition to the planets, the solar system also consists of moons, comets, and asteroids. Let's begin. The planet Mercury is the closest of the planets to the Sun, with a distance of 36 million miles, and the fastest moving planet in our solar system. Mercury's day is superheated by the Sun, but at night temperatures drop hundreds of degrees below freezing. Mercury's temperatures range from -270 to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Mercury has no seasons or moons. One day on Mercury is about 59 Earth days long. But while Mercury's days are very long, its revolution around the Sun is rather fast. Mercury can complete one orbit around the Sun in only 88 Earth days. Venus is the second planet from the Sun with a distance of 67 million miles. It is the hottest planet in our solar system. Venus is also known as the morning star or the evening star, since it is visible and quite bright at either dawn or dusk. It is only visible at dawn or dusk since it is closer to the Sun than we are. The mean temperature on Venus is over 870 degrees Fahrenheit. Venus has no moons. One day on Venus lasts as long as 243 Earth days. Venus makes a complete orbit around the Sun in 225 Earth days. The Earth is the third planet from the Sun in our solar system with a distance of 93 million miles. Earth, our home planet, is the only planet in our solar system known to harbor life that is incredibly diverse. The temperature on Earth ranges between -127 degrees to 136 degrees Fahrenheit. Earth has one moon. Each day on Earth takes 24 hours. There are 365 days in a year. Mars, the red planet, is the fourth planet from the Sun with a distance of 142 million miles and the most Earth-like planet in our solar system. You may sometimes hear Mars referred to as the red planet. This is because the surface of Mars is red. If you stood on the surface of Mars, you would see red dirt and rocks everywhere. Temperatures range from a high of 68 to a low of -220 degrees Fahrenheit. Mars has 2 tiny moons. One day on Mars takes just a little over 24 hours. Mars makes a complete orbit around the Sun in 687 Earth days. Jupiter is the 5th and largest planet from the Sun with a distance of 484 million miles. Jupiter is so large that all the other planets in our solar system would fit inside Jupiter if it were hollow. Jupiter's mean surface temperature is -244 degrees Fahrenheit. Jupiter has 4 large moons and dozens of smaller ones with approximately a total of 67 moons. One Earth day on Jupiter takes about 10 hours. Jupiter makes a complete orbit around the Sun in 12 Earth years. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun with a distance of 889 million miles. Saturn is visible without using a telescope, but a low-power telescope is needed to see its rings. Saturn's mean surface temperature is -290 degrees Fahrenheit. Saturn has dozens of moons. One day on Saturn takes 11 hours. Saturn makes a complete orbit around the Sun in 29 Earth years. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun with a distance of 1.79 billion miles. Nearly a twin in size to Neptune, Uranus has more methane in its mainly hydrogen and helium atmosphere than Jupiter or Saturn. Methane gives Uranus its blue tint. Uranus's mean surface temperature is minus 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Uranus has 27 moons. One day on Uranus takes about 17 hours. Uranus makes a complete orbit around the Sun in about 84 Earth years. Neptune is the 8th planet from the Sun with a distance of 2.8 billion miles. This ice giant has a hazy atmosphere and strong winds. The winds near the Great Dark Spot is believed to have reached nearly 1,200 miles per hour. Neptune's mean surface temperature is minus 370 degrees Fahrenheit. Neptune has 13 known moons. One day on Neptune takes about 16 hours. Neptune makes a complete orbit around the Sun in about 165 Earth years. As of 2006, Pluto is no longer considered a planet, but rather designated as a dwarf planet. Pluto is the smallest dwarf planet in the solar system, smaller than Earth's moon with a distance of 3.67 billion miles from the Sun. The planet orbits the Sun on a different plane than the 8 planets, going over them and below them. It is cold, with a mean surface temperature of minus 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Pluto has 4 known moons. It takes Pluto 6 days and 9 hours to complete one rotation, and takes 248 years to complete each orbit around the Sun. So a year on Pluto lasts 248 years. Now let's take a look at a Science Channel video on our solar system.
The solar system, at least 7 billion miles across, home to 8 planets, 166 moons, and billions of asteroids, comets, and meteorites. But in galactic terms, this is our local neighborhood. Welcome to Space School. Today's topic, at 4.6 billion years old, is the solar system. Its planets, including our own Earth, formed out of what was left over after the birth of the Sun. Amazingly, these 8 massive celestial bodies grew out of tiny specks of dust orbiting the new star. Time and again, the young planets collided with floating debris, eventually reaching their current size. The Sun's gravity then locked them into orbit. The solar system is divided into 2 distinct regions. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars make up the inner solar system, while Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune make up the outer solar system. The 4 planets of the outer solar system make up 99% of the known mass orbiting the Sun. It was in that distant region, the outer solar system, that in the year 2006, astronomy was shaken to its very core. After almost 80 years, Pluto lost its status as the 9th planet. The International Astronomical Union couldn't ignore findings that similar, even larger bodies than Pluto traverse the outer solar system. Forced to define the word for the first time, astronomers established 3 distinct criteria to earn the name planet. First, the object must orbit the Sun. Second, it must have sufficient gravity to maintain a planet's spherical shape. Finally, after millions of collisions, the body must have cleared away other objects from its own orbital neighborhood. This last point is where Pluto fails, so it's been demoted to a dwarf planet and joined 2 other dwarfs, Eris and Ceres. Astronomers believe there may be as many as 42 dwarf planets in our solar system. Pluto and beyond is not simply the beginning of endless open space, but the inner edge of a gigantic region filled with asteroids, comets, and meteorites. Billions of miles beyond our Sun stretches the Kuiper Belt, an area larger than our entire planetary system. It's home to most of our solar system's comets, icy flying rocks. There are more than 3,350 known comets in our solar system. Further out still is the scattered disk, a belt of strangely orbiting objects, often small and icy minor planets. Finally, we reach the heliosphere, an immense magnetic bubble which forms the very outer edge of the solar system. This area is thought to be the boundary between solar and interstellar winds, the boundary between our own neighborhood and the great expanse of interstellar space. For us, the solar system seems enormous. Its distance is almost beyond comprehension. But incredibly, it is just a tiny corner of the giant Milky Way galaxy. Still, despite overwhelming odds, we humans have set out on a journey of exploration. We are sending one spacecraft after another into the farthest reaches of the solar system, all on a quest to understand our place in the universe and the mystery of the great beyond. This is Space School, signing off. Class dismissed.